1989 Fleer Rack Pack Box. We are going to pull one rack pack out of this box. Typically we do two rack packs, but it appears as though for my 89s that I'm off numbered. I like to keep them even numbered in terms of what's my packs. And it looks like we have this one here, and then we've got two level rack packs here. So we're going to do one rack pack, and then we'll be back square. Yeah, I'm a bit OCD. If y'all haven't figured that out yet, you will pretty quickly. All right, so 42 card rack packs with 3 logo stickers. We also get a limited edition For the Record card, which is a 6-card set. And I don't know off the top of my head, but I probably have completed the set already at least once. I mean, 6 cards, it's not hard. Don't really see anybody too spectacular on the front. Real quick, what are we looking for 89 Fleer in terms of rookies? The big ones are going to be the Ken Griffey Jr. rookie, $15. The Randy Johnson. Now, there's a couple variations on the Randy Johnson. The original, where the Marlboro sign in the background is clearly visible, is a $40 card. The corrected version, where they put a black box over that Marlboro sign, is a $2.50 card. There is also reportedly two variations where there's a red tint over the Marlboro sign, and then another variation where there's a green tint over the Marlboro sign. Those are presumably rare, although don't quote me, but I say that because Beckett does not show a value for those two variations. Craig Biggio, $2.50, and John Smoltz and Gary Sheffield at $1.50 a piece. And as you can see, Smoltz, Biggio, and Johnson all made the Hall of Fame in 2015. Bunch of error cards where corrected cards were made. As you can see there, the big ones are going to be that Jeff Treadway, where the crosshairs are below the W on front. That's going to be a $25 error card. Alan Ashby, it says throws rig on back. That's going to be a $2 error card. Of course, we've got the Randy Johnson. Manny Trio says throws rig on back. It should say throws right, another $2 card. Ed Vandenberg throws LEF on back instead of left, another $2 card. Of course, we all know about the Billy Ripken error card and its variations. And then the checklists. So supposedly, there are checklists with no positions next to the player's name, and there's checklists with positions next to the player's name. So we'll have to see if we get any of those. Not sure how I managed to get... Well, I actually kind of know... apparently, I got to be smart enough to open up this pack. There we go. When we did, be sure to check out the Wax Pack videos that we just did. We just did 2 of them, but I managed to have 3 on that top level. So we did 2 Wax Packs in the first video, and then that 3rd in the second video. So, but now we are square. Back to even numbers for 89 Fleer, and yeah, I forgot that these rack packs are individually sealed. They're almost like cello packs, if you will. That's kind of cool. All right, let's take a look at unmarked cello pack number 1 in this 89 Fleer wax pack, or rack pack, I should say. All right, we've got Rich Getman, Jamie Moyer, Jim Gantner, Mark McLemore, Fred Tolliver, Al Nipper, Doyle Alexander, Keith Moreland, Major League Prospects card, essentially rookies. Got Mike Capel and Drew Hall. A little bit of a nick there, but Should be okay. Take a look at it further later. Jeff Hamilton, Chad Kreuter, Pascual Perez, Steve Farr, Todd Simmons, and our sticker, National League Eastern Division, the Montreal Expos. And it looks like we're a little bit diagonal cut there, not a straight cut, with their team history on back. All right, unmarked cello pack number 2. If you checked out the videos from 87 Fleer, where we only have rack packs, those are actually individual wax packs within a rack pack. This is kind of similar, but with the clear cellophane. This second section, we got Mark Grant, Richard Dotson, Alan Ashby. Now, there's going to be one of the cards that possibly is an error, although I don't think you typically get too many errors in the cello and rack packs. It's the wax packs, so I'm not holding my breath. But let's take a look at the back. It should say throws right on back. That's the corrected, and it does. Throws right. So we have the corrected version. Actually, this is going to be the third one we've pulled. We pulled 2 yesterday. So that's going to be a 5-cent card. Got Jack Howell, John Ciretti, Lance Blankenship, Bob Dernier, Jim Clancy, Bobby Bonilla. We'll throw Bobby up there. Juan Berenguer. Here is our checklist, and this is going to be the variation with no positions next to the player's name. We've got the Chicago White Sox, the Texas Rangers, the Seattle Mariners, and the Philadelphia Phillies. All right, we'll take it. Tom Prince, Steve Balboni, Terry Pendleton. Nice. Roger Clemens. That's awesome. We'll take that. Very nice. We'll put him over here because here is our For the Record card. We've got Kirk Gibson. Very cool. We'll take that. Card 4 of 6 For the Record. There's our insert. And our stickers, the American League Western Division, the Texas Rangers. So that second pack, not too bad. We picked up Bobby Bowe. We'll throw him some love. Picked up Roger Clemens, always a favorite. Our For the Record insert goes to Kirk Gibson. All right, let's take a look at our third and final unmarked cello pack. Yeah, I know, kind of opening this little unorthodox. And the way I just opened that, run the risk of damaging your cards. Yeah, my bad. I need to be a little bit more careful. Got Gary Gaetti. Another checklist with no positions listed. Got the Pittsburgh Pirates, the Toronto Blue Jays, the New York Yankees, and the Kansas City Royals. Vicente Palacios, Edgar Martinez. Now, if we had pulled his card in the 88 Fleer set, it would have been a $12 card. I know, crazy. Would have never known. Tony Pena, Ellis Burks, Ivan Calderon, Tim Burtsass, Brian Holman, Scott Bradley, Ernest Riles, Eric King, Mike Marshall, Terry Kennedy, Glenn Davis, and a 4-banger for the National League on our sticker. The Atlanta Braves, the Chicago Cubs, the Cincinnati Reds, and the Houston Astros. With the Houston Astros team history on back. All right, not a bad rack pack. I've noticed, though, that It must be the way that they randomly do the cards. I'm getting a lot of the same cards that I got yesterday in the wax and cello packs, and they almost seem like they're in the same order. Very interesting. I guess you realize that when you open up a couple of packs at a time. But anyways, great cards, great rack pack. Just the one today. That's it for 89 Fleer, y'all. We're going to now continue with Fleer next time. Maybe doing a video tomorrow, or I may do one start back on Tuesday, but it's going to be 1990 Fleer. And we've got some wax packs. We also have some cello packs, and I believe we have 1990 Fleer Star stickers as well, if I'm not mistaken. But what's really going to be a lot of fun is the 1990 Fleer Canadian wax pack box that we have. That's going to be awesome because the common card values for the Canadian version is 50 cents as opposed to a nickel for the regular 1990 Fleer set. So can't wait for that. Stay safe, y'all. Stay tuned and stay warm.